Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another episode reaction to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's right, my name is Matt. Hello, what's up? Last time we started season 4. I also watched Angel 1-1. If you're one of those Buffy viewers that doesn't really care about Angel, then I watched one episode of Angel last week actually, so you can go and check that one out. I also said what episodes of Angel I would be watching, and I said I would be watching 1-1. And then I was wondering if I would do 1-3, and then I would do 1-8, 1-9, 1-18, 1-19, and then 22. Oh, fuck that. I have been informed by people that it's better to just not watch 1-3 at all and instead watch 1-10. So I'm gonna be doing that. So I'll be watching 1-1 and then 1-8, 1-9, 1-10. I have no idea how I'm gonna do that, but it'll happen. And then 1-18, 1-19, and then 1-22. And sorry if this is confusing, but I will be watching All of Angel on my own time. It's that I will be reacting to the episodes I just listed. And Buffy will be delayed accordingly whenever an Angel episode has to come out. So whenever we get around the area of 1-8 and 1-9 and 1-10, I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but Buffy's probably gonna take some hits. If you're a Buffy fan that doesn't care about Angel, I'm sorry about that, but people have been very adamant about me watching those episodes, and I didn't want to watch so much Angel that it affects Buffy like immensely, but I think like 7 episodes total will be fine. I think we can be chilling with those episodes. So once again, I do what the people want. So this seems to be the best approach. Okay. Instead of just watching all of Angel and then Buffy eats shit, instead I'm gonna be watching Buffy chilling until I get to certain spots where I need to watch Angel. So I think that's fun for me, because ultimately, like I think this will actually help my enjoyment of both shows a lot. Because in case you didn't watch my Angel reaction to 1-1, I really liked that episode. It was actually the most fun I've had watching anything Buffy related in a while. That's not to say that the quality of it was like better than some of the other stuff that we've seen in Buffy recently. It's just that in terms of like raw fun, it was really fun. Buffy never kicked a guy off a building and he burned alive before he touched the ground. And I was able to predict that that would happen during that scene, which made it even better because it was getting hyped up. Like, Buffy's not Batman. That's what I'm getting at. Like, Angel is sad boy Batman now, and that's really fun for me. Like, it almost feels like Buffy, at least during season 3, was more introspective, and it had some themes that it was going for, and like it made you think about some of the stories it was telling. And I'm kind of hoping that Angel doesn't do that. I kind of hope that Angel is just completely fucking nuts. It's just Angel PI, who's also Batman, and then it's just a bunch of fights and car chases and shit, and then people just explode and die. And I want that to happen like every episode, and I'll be in there for every episode. Anyway, so that's like my short review of Angel. It was very fun. I'll go and watch 1-2 through 1-7 on my own time now, but I'll try to more or less keep them at pace with Buffy. Anyway, that's enough of Angel. Buffy time. What happened last time on Buffy? Buffy went to college. We're in Kool-Aid. Apparently, Cordelia is not in the show anymore, and I'm guessing that that's probably the reason why people were telling me not to watch the intros for both shows, because I would just see Cordelia. See that Cordelia went from Buffy into worse Buffy, which sucks for her. It sucks for the what's the name of the actress? Charisma Carpenter. Is that her name? Charisma. Yeah, so Mrs. Charisma. I don't know what happened internally. But yeah, anyway. Buffy's in college. She's with Willow and Oz. Giles is just chilling. He's straight chilling. That's fine. Sander, I don't know what he's doing with his life, but he was missing for like half the episode, and then he showed up, and he actually helped out a lot with Buffy. Buffy was going through some issues adapting to college, and then at the end of the episode, she was like, you know what? As much as there is change, things are also the same, and there is some comfort in things being the same. That is to say, I'm killing vampires because that's what I do. That's the title of the show, and I'm really good at it. There was a stoner vampire. I really liked them. I'm sad he died. I would have liked it if the stoner vampire was like a permanent character in the show, and he never actually did anything. He was just in the background of several like bad guy shots. Like, imagine in season 3, during every scene where the mayor is talking to Faith, but instead of Faith is the stoner vampire. Like, I would love to see that, honestly. Just a full season of the stoner vampire just being there talking to the main bad guy. And the stoner vampire doesn't actually have to do anything, he just has to be there, and I'll be like, hell yeah. Is it super noticeable that I'm having like a lot of fun with this episode sometimes? Okay. Anyway, it's getting late. I should just watch this. But yeah, Patreon. Check out the Patreon link in the description below. Pop up on the screen. You can support the channel and watch the next 2 episode reactions as well as full-on reactions to all of Buffy. Yeah, we're getting ready to begin. So, Buffy season 4, episode 2. Let's go. If Buffy officially no longer has a watcher, then what is the council doing? Maybe those are the council. Maybe it's not the U.S. government. Maybe it's the council coming back for revenge or whatever. Because like, is the council just not gonna do anything?
Wow, this music is so... I know. It just gets funner and funner every time you play it. Oh, say Buffy, I wanted to show you this little system I implemented. Just log every call you make in here, and that way when the bill comes, it won't be a problem. You bet.
Okay.
Also, I noticed that some of my milk was missing. Yeah, actually I did. I meant to. No, it's totally okay. I was just wondering. It's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Play it again.
That we didn't have a beef. Have a good time? Yeah. You too. With the ironing.
And listening to Cher. Over and over. I mean, some nights I kind of like that, you know?
She's sort of mini mom of Momdonia.
I like her.
I'm looking for something lurky here, Will.
Do you hear the tension music?
Kathy still spin the divas? Because it's the funnest.
I wonder what kind of music does Buffy listen to? What was trendy music in 1999? I guess 2000. Whoa! What are we doing here? Who are you? You have fun eyes.
I caught you.
Why are you here?
I just decided a decaf latte sounded like heaven after all.
Okay.
Great. That's just great.
We're gonna have to tell her. Unless she dies within 5 minutes. This entire fight is gonna happen while she's just there. Yeah, she's just gonna leave.
What were you thinking, taking him on like that? God, and look at my sweater, it's ruined.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back. Okay, she's fine. She's safe, at least. What was that about? Oh, there's multiple. What's up? Doing some jogging?
Okay, you're not having one of those midlife things, are you? Because I'm still going ish from the last time you tried to recapture your youth.
Buffy?
Sorry.
He's allowed to have a life, man. Come on.
My roommate Kathy was there. She didn't see anything.
You took your roommate patrolling with you?
She followed
Well,
him.
I invited the whole dorm, but she was the only one that could make it. What are you doing today?
It's a big day for me, actually. A friend of mine recently acquired an original Gutenberg demonography, and it suddenly occurs to me that you've never once asked me what my day's plans were, which would lead me to inquire whether you're feeling entirely yourself.
Okay. We have to establish everything that is going on at any given time. We have to say it out loud.
I just figured I'd hang here, you know, until my roommate goes to class.
Buffy, living with somebody is never easy, especially for an only child.
Just listen to me, okay? When she sharpens her pencils, she measures them with a ruler to make sure they're all the same size.
Which is fussy, I agree. But everybody has their idiosyncrasies. You do well to learn to tolerate them.
Yeah.
Take a mental pick. This is the new Buffy. Kinder, gentler, roommate extraordinaire.
What is the joke? What is the punchline? Oh. Does she have OCD? Is she gonna find a bunch of like weapons and shit? Yeah, that's a fucking crossbow and shit. I like to roleplay as the Vampire Slayer. It's a plaything. You know, there's a lot of people who do that. It's like LARPing. Y'all know LARPing? Avoiding her.
Ex-boyfriend or loan shark?
Why do you look like early Sander? I was like, is that Sander? It's not. But like, he looks like season 1
No,
Sander.
Stay. I'll watch your back.
It's not just me, right? He just looks like season 1 Sander. Oh, Sander's there. Real Sander, not fake Sander.
So, those are my... Are you...
Oh, no, I have someone waiting. Otherwise, I'd... Parker, Abrams, see you around. Buffy Summers of Stevenson.
See ya.
What, is this a Game of Thrones house? Parker Abrams. That sounds like two last names.
Say hi to non-college guy.
Yeah, you're just chilling here?
And eat off my plate. What's the deal, Zand? Parents not feeding you?
Sure they do. For a price.
Yeah.
So?
Last time he said he's renting the basement off of him. They're not nice parents.
Hit the girl with your best shot, then Asta. Gotta respect the drive-by. Low rejection, fond memories. What else is up with the buff?
Okay.
Any vamp action?
I did get jumped by a demon of non-specific origin last night.
Yeah?
Fun.
Something apocalyptic? Do we need to assemble the Scooby Gang?
Sander
I just got way too excited, didn't I?
is desperate for things to go back to normal.
Squeeze in!
Coming in. Okay.
You all know my roomie, Kathy? Is that my sweater?
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd mind. We're almost like sisters now, living together and everything.
Like, this is gonna be interesting because now she's overstepping. They're not talking to each other. That's the problem.
Big sky country.
The direction of that was too much. Did you log this phone call? The window's open, by the way.
You can't believe the stuff that I have to put up with. Yeah.
I hear rock music. Yes. Do you log the
Don't forget to
call?
log those calls.
Yeah. She's gonna like take a look at. Close the window. Open the window again. Oh!
Who left their gum here?
Gum gnome?
Oh boy, this is gonna be rough.
I don't know.
Invisible swallow. Oh man, this is a rough start. Oh, demon dreams. More dreams. Oh god. I mean, it's a scorpion, it's not a spider. Oh, they're sucking our soul. Hi.
Do you always make that noise when you sleep?
And the worst part? I wake up and there's Kathy staring at me like I'm some kind of freak.
No, I think the more concerning part is he's sucking something out of you. Well, I don't know if that was a premonition dream or something that actually happened. So
It would be more productive to examine your dreams.
yeah.
Determine their meaning.
You can read dreams?
Giles, Kathy, Kathy, Giles.
Now we all get to meet her.
There was like this monster, and he sat on me and he did all this stuff to me.
Oh.
Stuff like scorpions and Bloody Mary minus the Mary?
That's it. How'd you know?
Well, I'm a good guesser.
And I'm guessing that you need to be on your way to class.
No, we need to actually ask her. She has important information.
If Kathy and you were having the same nightmares,
Yes.
chances are something happened to you both when you met the demon in the woods.
This is not a premonition dream. It's something that actually happens. Maybe both of their demons are making them both of them more irritable. Or like, less empathetic or something.
I concur that she's not herself, but
That's what they're saying.
let me know if she
Hits the red zone.
Yeah. That happens about like once a season.
She is the one. Good. I have prepared for the summoning of the Great One, the Barich. Omabo Yabeiro Shano Makabo Darabariando Ma Chimbarara Baitayaun Narakuni Utauro Konshoj.
Believe by Sherko. What is this gonna look
Lots of
like?
popular artists who don't get their dues. Madonna, Whitney. You know, to maximize your dining hall exports. But
Cool.
they're heavy duty.
Plastic bag.
Plus feature guard.
This is what we're
Such a
doing now.
blast. The time just flew.
Time, really? How much time?
2 hours.
Bye, Kathy.
Bye. See ya.
I feel like sometimes they deploy boys tactically in order to create girl drama.
I wasn't moving in on your territory, if that's what you mean.
You
Right.
were.
Just like you didn't destroy my sweater.
Look. We're having fun here.
Maybe the world revolved around you where you used to live, but it's share time now.
Share time, huh? I'll show you share time.
Going to take one of our food items and oh shit, not from the carton. Oh no. Oh. Okay. You just gotta keep going. They should be focusing on the fact that they sucked something out of them, which I think transformed them, like it was sort of their empathy or something, some nebulous concept.
I can hang with her. Watch for signs she's going over the edge.
You're the best.
Following Oz, this is a new one. We never do that, which is something that's slightly concerning. Who are they? Who's that? Why does they look at each other like that? Oh, okay, sure, the army or whatever.
And I'm like, oh yeah? Share this.
So
What?
either you hit her or you did your wacky mime routine for her.
No, I drank a full carton of milk.
But she deserved it, don't you think?
Nobody deserves mime, Buffy.
That's a good line, actually.
Just a thought, Buffy. Do you think that all this ranting is scaring away potential demons?
You're right. Cancer! She's other really bad things.
Yeah, she's losing it. They're gonna kill each other if we don't stop them. The demons are definitely doing something to them. Why the close-up? Why the close-up? I'm so happy that it's this song. Out of all songs to choose, this is the funniest one. Like, I'm thinking that it makes them more irritable. Like, they're just losing their minds. They're so annoyed at everything. So they're continuing to sucker something out of us. If it was bad before, it's worse now.
I mean, sometimes I get the feeling that she is not quite normal, you know? Why were you talking to her? I've been thinking a lot about this, and
I'm gonna kill her.
it's clear to me now. I'm gonna have to kill her.
Imagine a universe where she actually did kill her, actually. Like, I'm guessing that's not gonna happen.
Toenails?
Yeah?
Evil toenails.
I watched JoJo Part 4. She's a serial killer.
I measured them before I fell asleep, and again this morning, and they grew. That's a demon thing. She has to be eliminated. Hello?
Oh, never mind. We just captured her.
Something is amiss.
Yeah, something's amiss here. I miss Kathy Newman.
What if there's not actually something happening with the demon or whatever? Maybe she's right.
She irons her jeans. She's evil. She has to be destroyed.
That's a line.
That Buffy met in the woods has somehow possessed her.
Light FM. Love songs. Nothing but love songs.
You think?
See you around.
She can just free herself, I'm guessing.
She's capable of it, you know.
I've seen her back.
You can see it in those shifty little eyes of hers.
Like yours, right now.
Hello? She's at Jaws. Okay.
Okay.
You're good. You just stay right there. Okay?
You guys won't believe me when I tell you that Kathy is bad.
We want to, Buff. It's just...
Shh. Don't engage.
I don't know if I tighten those ropes enough.
Then we better go over there and check them.
She's doing a Kubrick stare. You can. Yeah. She was already freed.
Kathy.
Oh god. This is how I don't want this to end. She's actually a demon and killing her was the right choice. That's the worst outcome.
I knew it!
What the f... Okay.
I knew it. I knew you're one of those demon things.
You know, why don't you just stuff it and let me finish my ritual?
Okay.
Ritual of Mok Tagar, a race of transdimensional demons, involves the Buffy's nightmares.
We're real. Look, I'm sorry, okay? I left my dimension to go to college, and they sent these guys after me.
They can always be recognized by others of their kind due to their lack of a soul.
So I'm borrowing yours.
Okay, that's actually kind of fun. Let's see how this goes.
It's share time, Buffy.
Buffy was right. Where is Buffy?
Yep.
Are you saying that Buffy's been doing a Linda Blairness because Kathy's been sucking her soul?
I believe so, yes. Excuse me, please. Reverse the soul transfer procedure immediately. Willow and I will perform it at once. Hear me, elders of the upper reaches.
Oh, you don't have to be there. You can just do it here, I guess. What if Kathy dies before the soul can come back? Just pissing her off with her OCD.
Do you mind? People are trying to study.
We have fun here.
Let the unnatural vessel be emptied. Let the essence be returned to its original host.
Okay, there we go. It's going backwards. They got her. It's their dad. This is so stupid. It's so stupid. Bye, Demon Kathy. Hope to see you again some other time. The dad just turns around.
Sorry about the trouble. She's kinda like that, I know.
Yo, what up? Do we get a new roommate, or...
Perfect.
What if Willow moves in with her?
Except for the soul-sucking thing, I bet Kathy was pretty regular as far as roomies go. And I've always thought I was pretty easygoing, you know? It's not like I have the big issues.
What's the joke?
You gonna finish this?
That's the joke. Alright, we have fun here. So, like, near the episode ending, before the reveal that Kathy is a demon, like, literally 2 minutes previous, I did say out loud, here's how I don't want this to go. I don't want her to be a demon and for Buffy to be right, because I think that would be the worst possible outcome. No, but she was a demon and she was right, actually. And I think that is close to the worst possible outcome as we could get. However, she's not just an evil demon. She's an evil demon who ran away from home, and she just wants to go to college in a different dimension, running away from her demon dad, which is kind of fun. However, I still don't like that very much, because I feel like it undermines kind of the message and the theme of the episode, because like even at the end of the episode, Buffy's like, you know what, I was being a little bit bitchy about all of that, you know, like maybe I was wrong about that. I like to think that that was because she was sucking myself, and mostly it was, but like it's one of those things where like, you know, I realized the error in my ways, you know, she was probably, aside from the soul sucking thing, just a normal roommate, and I like to think of myself as a pretty chill person, and I can deal with stuff like that. So, you know, yeah, I was kind of wrong, and I shouldn't do that anymore. And it's one of those things where like that comes after the episode ignored that was a problem, almost. I feel, and I don't have many examples, any really, to just give you immediately, but I feel like this is something that happens with Buffy sometimes, where like we have an interesting concept idea going on, and I feel like the solution ends up being, anyway, they were evil and I killed them. It seems like oftentimes the solution to problems is just like, I'm gonna fight them physically, and that gives you like I guess like a cool epic fight solution to a problem, and then magically everyone is fine at the end of the episode. You know, everyone learned their lesson, everyone feels a lot better, things are just fine now. And it's one of those things where like I would prefer if they just talk. And I get it, Kathy was an evil demon that was sucking the soul out of Buffy in order to for them to take Buffy back home instead of her, which like that was her dad. How would you trick her dad into thinking that the other person was not her? That's like a funny joke, like the idea that, I mean, I don't know if it was her dad, but it certainly acted like one, so I'm just gonna call him her dad. But it's one of those things where like, how would she trick him into taking her instead of herself? Because it's your dad, he would just know. And it's like, okay, we're in a different skin, right? So he wouldn't see the real me, so he wouldn't know who it is. I'm guessing that if Buffy just talked to him for like 5 minutes, he would just be like, oh, it's not you. Okay, cool, I'm gonna go get her then. You know, like, starting by the fact that she doesn't even speak their language, you know? Like, the dad would just be able to be like, oh, okay, she did the soul-sucking thing. Oh, okay, so she learned the soul-sucking thing. Maybe she already knew it, you know, she learned when she was like, I don't know, 800 years old. So, you know, like, yeah, she did the soul-sucking thing. Oh, god damn it, that damn is always up to her shenanigans, that damn rock. And now I'm gonna go get that rock and get her back home, you know, her mom is worried. Her mom, I'm just making noises now. Those are names, by the way, because that wasn't clear enough. Anyway, so the episode theme, really what we're going for here. And it was pretty summarized by Giles early in the episode, where Buffy feels annoyed, irritated by a lot of the things that Kathy does. And Giles is like, you know, Buffy, like, people are just different. People just have their own idiosyncrasies. Like, you just deal with it, because otherwise you just... Buffy completed with, I'll become a crazy cat lady, and Giles is like, Yeah, kind of like that. You know, like you kind of have to learn to accept other people and just coexist with them, and the same way that they have to learn to coexist with you. That pretty much summarized everything right away at the beginning, and then we just spend the rest of the episode just escalating, really. Buffy keeps doing stuff that bother Kathy, and Kathy keeps doing stuff that bother Buffy, and they're both just keep escalating. What you're led to believe is that both of them are being victims, both of their souls are being sucked out or something. Like, it's something that's affecting the both of them. But actually, it's just Buffy, and Kathy's the one that's doing it. So that's like the way the show tries to take you in a direction in order for you to think something, and then at the end try to, like, I don't know, like shock you with the reveal that no, actually she was a demon and Buffy was right all along. Because like it feels like the entire episode they're essentially telling you Buffy's going crazy and you should trust the rest of the gang. Which I'm kind of down for, honestly, because I am down for an episode where Buffy is just a victim and we have to help her. And there are some episodes where Buffy is definitely not doing okay, but it feels like for the most part Buffy is always the one that's right or the ace in the hole. And I would like it for that to not be the case. But even beyond that, again, it just feels like the show is doing something just to trick you. And then at the end, just be like, actually, no, she was a demon and Buffy was right. And you are wrong for doubting her. And it's like, well, now I feel like the quality of the story goes down, actually. As much fun as it was to see Kathy as a demon daughter and her demon dad to come over and they just have like a funny gag together and it's just overall funny. I feel like a little bit of what the message of the episode is lost on the idea that, you know what, maybe your annoying roommate that you live with, maybe she is a demon and maybe you should kill her. And I'm not saying that that's what the episode is saying, because it's not, and I don't think that anyone would be nuts enough to do something like that. But it's one of those things where, like, I would like for the episode to actually explore the idea in the direction of, you know, like coexisting with people and being able to understand each other and embrace each other. And, like, you know, Kathy could have been a fun character to have around, even if she was a demon, actually. Like, it would be nice for Kathy to just be a cast member. Maybe not even a main cast member, but just someone that shows up. And just the idea that, like, hey, despite our differences, we're able to coexist with one another. That's a good concept to explore. But the episode doesn't do that. The episode instead goes, actually, no, she's weird because she's a demon. And anyway, fuck her, right? Let's go Buffy. Fucking punch her in the face. And it's like, well, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like that very much. So that's my immediate thought on that episode. Sometimes I continuously have to remind myself, like, the show is aimed towards a younger audience, like a more teenager audience. But at the same time, now we're doing the college arc, so you should aim at a young adult audience. I mean, maybe not. Like, I mean, it's a transitional period. But, like, it's weird because Season 3 was really good about that. Season 3 was actually incredible when it came to telling stories that actually you sit and think about them and you're like, oh, that's really cool that this is what they're going for. This is really cool that this is this theme that we have is explored this way. But this one just felt like an episode where we just go back to villain of the week. Anyway, we just punch them in the face. And then their dad shows up and then they just get sucked into hell or whatever. And it's just like, well, cool. Anyway, I was kind of into the whole drama regarding the Buffy feeling like she cannot just tolerate people around her, because I think that that's something fun to explore. It's fun to explore because ultimately Buffy's a coming of age show. I feel like Buffy's more of a coming of age show than it is an action adventure show, because ultimately it is an action adventure show. We just fight demons every episode or whatever. But I feel like the main thing about Buffy that people like and that I like is being able to follow the characters and the drama and their feelings, their relationships, and I think that's fun. I like that. So whenever this episode comes along and it feels like we're doing that, and then at the end it's like, JK, she's just a demon and we just fucking kill her or whatever. They didn't, but like, on paper, that's kind of what happened. It's just like, okay, we fight her and then she vanishes from the story, and it's just like, cool. And then and just having Buffy say at the end, you know, like, you know, maybe she was completely normal and I was just acting weird. And it's just like, I don't think that it solves the problem. And the problem is that you wrote the episode this way. Like, it feels like they understand that this is not the ideal resolution, so they kind of backtrack a little bit in order to make it fit better into an idea, a theme that you can follow. And it's like, well, I don't know about that. I just think that's... I just think that we did this wrong. So that's how I feel about that episode. I'm sorry about that. Sorry if that's like a little bit too negative, but that's generally what I think about it. Maybe I'll change my mind, like, after I edit it or something, but just that's how I feel. I would like to see Kathy back, but at the same time, the way this episode was resolved was just not very good for me. I mean, okay, so the main thing I think that kind of saves this episode is the fact that the episode itself didn't take itself very seriously. But that it's difficult to tell with Buffy, because Buffy is a show that will hard swerve between being serious and being goofy in a manner that actually ruins the tone of the show sometimes. Cordelia's quote-unquote death every time. But it's one of those things where, like, whenever the show is being overly funny, I'm like, should I get comfortable or not? Because I don't know what the show wants to do. And I feel like to some people that might come across as, like, clever writing. You know, writing something in such a manner where, like, oh, it's surprising, it's shocking that they're doing something like that, something going that direction, you know, because life is like that, life is unpredictable, and it's like, there is something to say about that, but at the same time, if you want to tell a good story, you have to maintain some kind of tone, like, not on a events that happen on screen level, like, event to event, but on a meta level, you know? The way the episode is treating itself with Buffy, sometimes it's like, they're deliberately trying to make it funny, by doing hard cuts, by doing hard jokes. And this episode was one of the funny ones. And I think that's fine, because this episode was an episode where ultimately the solution was whatever, enemy, villain of the week, fuck him, right? And maybe it's on me for thinking about this episode way too hard, which I shouldn't have done. And that's on me. That's a me problem, you know? I should have watched this episode when I was 16 and I didn't give a fuck about nothing. I would just been like, hell yeah, man, that was fun. So that would have been my main takeaway after this episode. If I was like, wow, when this episode comes out, I'll be 27 already, because this is like a week before my birthday. 4 days before my birthday, actually. Damn. But yeah, like if I had been like 11 years younger when I watched this, I would have been like, you know what, that's fine, that's cool, because I wouldn't have thought about it that hard. But now whenever I look at it, I'm like, you know, this is what I actually think could have been done that maybe would have been a little better. I mean, I actually didn't, like, I didn't rewrite the episode, and I don't want to, honestly. And that's no offense to anyone who does shit like that, because I'm sure this shit is hard. But it's one of those things where, like, I can look at things and I'm like, I wish this was different, because I feel like it is detrimental to something else that the episode could have done. That was kind of doing, and then it didn't. The editing for some of the episodes of the show feel like they are counterproductive to a tone, but in this episode it was actually on par, because this episode was not a too super serious one, and I should have trusted the show on that then. I should have just trusted the show on, like, you know what, we're just gonna do this like super hard closest to the burger and the sauce falling on her clothes or whatever. And I laughed at that, and I was like, how funny. But I'm always on my toes with this fucking show, so I never know actually if we're gonna do something serious or not. And the answer is, I should have just turned my brain off like 20 minutes ago. That's what I should have done. Whenever that happened, I should have just turned my brain off. I feel like that's my final thought on this episode, is that. What else I can talk about? Okay, there was one thing I can talk about that I just remembered. Oz walked to meet Buffy, and he saw like a girl with a couple of guys, and then they looked at each other like, oh, and that was it. And I don't know if I should recognize her or not. I'm not sure. But anyway, they just looked at each other, and then she was being chased by the dudes from the final bit of previous episode, you know, the US military or whatever, you know? My immediate thought was that she was a werewolf and he was a werewolf, so they like smelled each other and they could identify that in each other. And those people, the army guys, they are sent to kill supernatural entities or whatever. So while in Buffy we could befriend them, like, we don't always do that, but sometimes we do that, you know. Amy the witch, which is now a rat, Oz the werewolf, Anya, on some level, she became a friend of sorts. It's one of those things where like we could theoretically, Angel was a vampire, like we could befriend supernatural creatures if we got along with them. We just talked and we're chilling. But maybe the main antagonist of the season is gonna be like the U.S. military or something, like a secret special like group that is out to just kill every supernatural entity, regardless of who they are. So in this case, this girl maybe was a werewolf and maybe she was a cool person. But they're like, no, fuck that. We just gotta kill her. So maybe that's gonna be a main antagonist for this season. That's the only thing I can say about that scene. That's just a complete guess. None of what I said is founded on anything. But maybe she will become a character in the future, and that will be the connection to the main plotline or something. Buffy met some guy, Parker or whatever. He looks exactly like season 1 Sander. He just straight up does. Like I have a shot right here of like a profile of him. Like he just straight up looks like season 1 Sander. And this, I don't think this is just me saying like white people look the same sometimes, though I stand by that. But it's one of those things where like I think that facial structure, his eyebrows, and the hair, mostly the hair, but just his physical complexity, like it all looks very Sander. It's not until you look at his face from a frontal angle for you to be able to realize, oh, that's not Sander. But this guy could play Sander. He could audition for Sander if Nicholas Brandon or whatever, if he just left the show, they could get this guy to be Sander, and I would accept it because he just looks like Sander from the side. I don't know if he's gonna come back, Parker or not. We'll see. Anyway, what else do we talk about this episode? Because like most of the episode was just about Kathy and the relationship with a roommate and coexisting with one another. Like that was really the whole episode because now that we have removed Angel and Cordelia from the show, we don't really have people to bounce to see what they are doing. Because this is something that would happen throughout Buffy seasons 1, 2, and 3, is that we established like different plot lines for different characters. Like in season 1, we would follow the Master, or maybe sometimes we would follow Angel. In season 2, we would follow Spike and Drusilla, and then Angelus. And in season 3, we follow Mr. Trigg, and then we follow the Mayor, and we followed Faith. And again, this is just episode 2, so like I don't know what the season is gonna do. But now watching this episode made me realize how much I'm missing having other characters to bounce to, because we would follow what Angel is doing or whatever, and that would take like, I don't know, 10 minutes of the episode total, or like 7 minutes, I don't know. But like, if we just keep going back and forth, it means that we have something to cut to that is different from the main plot. We don't have that here. We just have Buffy being like, oh, Kathy's a demon or whatever. Buffy getting irritated by Kathy and then going, no, she's a demon. And then we follow the rest of the game being like, oh, I think Buffy's crazy. And then it's like, no, actually she wasn't a demon and you should have trusted her. But that means that everything that I have to say on this episode was done by 10 minutes into this discussion. I don't have anything else to say because nothing else happened. It's definitely one of those episodes where I'm like, I don't know if this is just me being crazy or maybe there is a more general consensus that people can have. Like, I trust the show enough to like expect something of value whenever I watch an episode. I feel like this episode didn't provide me that. But like at the same time, the show doesn't have to do that. The show is not entitled to do that. That's just me. Because the show ultimately is a action adventure coming of age aimed at a younger audience of really teenagers. I would say that that's the intended audience for this show. That's not to say that other people cannot enjoy it. But like, I would say that that's the main audience for the show. So like, this episode is not a bad episode in that regard. That's just completely fine. But like, I personally did not have much enjoyment out of it after I watched it, because I just kept thinking, yeah, I don't want this to be sold this way, and then it was, and I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know what else to do then. That's how I feel about it. I don't know what else to say. I think that's gonna be it. I want to watch Angel. I want to watch Angel because at least Angel is just kicking dudes off buildings and he doesn't pretend to be I mean, okay, no, it was just one episode. I don't know what Angel's going to do after that one episode, but that one episode was really fun. I just saw a bunch of shitty action and I was like, hell yeah. I'm just watching Batman Private Investigator. That's really fun for me. Like, if we're not going to do anything serious, then I don't want the show to pretend that we are. I just wanted to just go full camp 100%. That's my preference personally. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next time. And alright, thank you so much for tuning in. If you'd like to watch the next 2 episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer to see if I trash all over them like this one, you can do so right at the page. Check out the link in the description below, social media, all sorts of cool stuff that I do. See you guys next time. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.